So I've been consistently journaling now for about 6 months, but before I was doing it consistently, there was probably like a period of 3 years where like I wanted to do it, but I just couldn't get myself to do it. Um, I'd heard like all of the glowing reviews about journaling and how awesome of a tool it is. And now that I have been doing it consistently, I agree, like it's a really powerful tool. It's helped me a lot personally. But I decided to make this video today to help those of you who may be in a similar situation that I was in. You know, if you've heard about how awesome journaling is, but struggle to actually like make it a consistent habit, well, I'll tell you exactly how I got myself to do it. Hey, my name's Kyle. I'm on a journey to find balance among the 8 dimensions of wellness. Along the way, I hope to have fun, meet new friends, and share what I learn. Subscribe for new videos every Thursday. So, as someone whose mind is often all over the place, journaling has been quite the game changer. It's helped me a lot with mental clutter and then also just reflection. And when I originally started journaling, it was just kind of a place where I would write thoughts down, like important thoughts. But then it's since evolved into kind of more of a personal management system where I could track goals and keep myself accountable. And it's helped me a lot, and I highly recommend. So when I was originally struggling to journal consistently, it was before I knew that the key to creating a new behavior is to gradually form a habit out of it, right? And so when I first attempted to start journaling, I was like forcing myself to make these long, in-depth, detailed entries, and it just like wasn't really fun for me, and it was just too much at first, and it made me quit. And instead, what made me successful was to slowly ease myself into creating this new habit. So this is exactly how I got myself to start journaling. All right, so the first step is to actually like go get a journal or find one and get one that you like. I personally like to write more than type, but that's kind of just like personal preference. And I don't even use a journal. I actually like use a sketchbook because I just like these blank pages. But yeah, just like go find a journal that speaks to you. Step 2 is to be clear on why you're actually starting a journal. So I suggest asking yourself that question, like, why do I want to start a journal, and then like write down the answer to that question, because that will give your journal an identity. So every time you go to write in it, you know kind of what the reason for writing is, right? And you can always like change your journal's identity as you go, but I think it's helpful to kind of start out by having a clear idea of why you're actually writing in your journal. Step 3 is to give your journal a home. Keep it in a place that's pretty accessible to you. I just keep mine on my desk because that's where I spend most of my time, and that's where it's easiest to kind of make entries for me. But if you're someone who's on the move a lot, maybe just keep it in your backpack or something like that. But yeah, give your journal a home. Step 4 is to just start writing a little bit each day. The last video I made was about the mini habits method, which I'll put a box up for. But you basically, like, it's the same idea here. Every day, kind of set a minimum requirement for journaling. So it could be like 1 sentence a day or even 1 word a day. But it's just like the act of doing just a little bit each day is what will kind of build this habit. And you could always go above your minimum requirement like when you're feeling it, but you have to like kind of discipline yourself to just write like at least like a word or a sentence every day. And like I I wouldn't put like too much thought into what you're writing down, because it's just about like building the habit right now. But and then like later on, it gets dialed in more. But a few prompts to get you started is to ask yourself what you're grateful for, is to ask yourself what's something that you need to accomplish today, or simply just writing down how you feel. Step 5 is to give yourself a 30-day challenge. Just challenge yourself to write in your journal every day for 30 days straight and give yourself a reward for completing this challenge. And step 6 is to just stick with it and enjoy it. Journaling should never be a chore. It should be something that you enjoy, and kind of once you get this base habit down, at least for me, I found that I wanted to actually write in my journal. It's something that like I look forward to. It's something that's kind of part of me. I like to try to do a little bit of journaling each day, but there will simply be days where you don't feel like journaling, and that's totally fine. It should be something that you enjoy and something that you find useful. So yeah, that's basically how I got myself to start journaling. Really pretty simple actually, but a few more general notes on journaling. I definitely suggest not being a perfectionist with it, because I did that and I ended up kind of like resenting my journal. Like there's really not a right or a wrong way to do it. I think you'll get the most out of journaling if you just go for it, and as you go you'll figure out what works best for you and what doesn't work. I also really like to utilize the front and the back covers for like important stuff. For example, in my back cover, like I have goals written down, and just it being in the back cover makes it always easy to flip to. And I just think that's kind of like a small tip that made my journal a little bit more useful to me. It's little stuff like that. Also find it helpful to just have a set time of day when you journal. Like I like to journal in the mornings. It's something that's I think it's easier to make it a habit when you do it at the same time every day, and it just kind of puts you in the right mindset to journal every day when you're doing it consistently. At least that's what I think. That's it for this week's video. I hope that it was helpful, and I'd really appreciate a comment. Just let me know what you guys want to hear. Yeah. Probably gonna have like 3 viewers on this video, but hey, that's alright, because we're on that grind. We're on that YouTube grind. Have an intro now, so it's pretty cool. Alright, that's it.